The last of these types is the multiple sentence. And the multiple sentence is simply made up of three or more independent clauses. We'll give examples. He came, he saw, he conquered. That is a multiple sentence. Take it, if we segment it, he came gives complete thought and is an independent clause. He saw also does the same. He conquered is also an independent clause. So in that sentence, there are three independent clauses put together to form one sentence. And that one sentence is a multiple sentence. The second example reads, he arrived the country on Friday, went to see his mother on Saturday, and returned to Ghana on Sunday. He arrived the country on Friday is an independent clause. It is a complete sentence. He went to see his mother on Saturday is also an independent clause. It is a complete sentence. And returned to Ghana, and he returned to Ghana on Sunday is also an independent clause. So you see that in that sentence, he arrived the country on Friday, went to see his mother on Saturday, and returned to Ghana on Sunday is a multiple sentence. Sentence type. Sentences are also categorized according to their function. Under this category of sentences, we have four types. They are the declarative sentence, the interrogative sentence, the imperative sentence, and the exclamative sentence. Now let's look at them in more detail. We'll start off with the declarative sentence. Declarative sentences are sentences that state fact or opinion. For example, Uzo is Igbo. This is my house. My car is black. They are simple sentences that state fact or opinion. In the case of the interrogative sentences, they are those sentences that are used to ask questions, and they usually end with a question mark. For example, what is your name? Is this your house? Imperative sentences are sentences that are used to express a command. For example, we have, do not write on the margin. Do not write on the margin. Another example is, shut the door, please. Shut the door, please. So in those sentences, you see that there's some form of command that is being expressed. And when you have a sentence that expresses a command, they are known as imperative sentences. The last of this section is the exclamative sentence. And the exclamative sentence is a sentence that expresses strong emotion. A sentence that expresses strong emotion. And they end with the exclamation mark. Example, what a world. Another example, praise God, he's alive. Praise God, he's alive. You see that these two sentences express some kind of emotion. What a world could be you're kind of tired of all the bad things going on in the world. It's an emotional statement. What a world. And the other one, praise God, is alive. Some strong emotion showing that you're happy that the person is alive as a result of God's mercy or God's favor. So that will bring us to the end of our sentence types. And for you to build effective sentences, you must understand what we call active and passive voice in English. Sentences have voice quality. In English, there are two types, and these are the active voice and the passive voice. In the case of the active voice, we can explain it by saying where the subject of a sentence acts upon its verb and is placed before the verb, the voice is active. Let me take that again. Where the subject of a sentence acts upon its verb and is placed before the verb, we can say it is of an active voice quality. Let's look at some examples. Monkeys love bananas. Monkeys love bananas. If you look at that sentence, monkeys is the subject of the sentence, love is the verb of the sentence, and the object of that sentence is bananas. We said it's an active voice. It is a sentence with an active voice because the subject comes before the verb. So monkeys come before the verb love. The sentence reads, monkeys love bananas. Another example, the boy beats the dog. The boy beats the dog. The boy is the subject of the sentence, beats is the verb, the dog is the object. It is active because the subject is placed before the verb. And it is the subject that acts upon the verb. It is the boy who beats the dog. In the third example, the cat chased the mouse. The cat chased the mouse. It's an active voice because once again, the subject acts upon the object and it is placed before the verb. The cat is the subject, chase is the verb, and the object is the mouse. It's important to note that active sentences are those kinds of sentences that answer questions that are introduced by the words such as who and what. Who and what. So if you look at the examples I gave, if the question was asked, who loves bananas? Or who is the boy beating? And the third one, it says, what chased the mouse? So if you have to answer who loved bananas, the answer would be monkeys love bananas. That means it's an active voice. The boy beats the dog. The cat chased the mouse. We'll go on to the passive voice. In the case of the passive voice, where the subject is mentioned after the verb, in the case of the passive voice, the subject is mentioned after the verb, and the object of the sentence is made to play the role of the subject. I'll take that again. In the case of the passive voice, the subject is mentioned after the verb, and the object of the sentence is made to play the role of the subject. Let's look at the examples. Bananas are loved by monkeys. Bananas are loved by monkeys. Bananas are the object, are loved is the verb, monkeys is the subject. Remember, in the active voice, it was the subject, verb, object. In the passive voice, it's the object, verb, subject. So we notice that the object comes first, whereas in the active voice, it was the subject that came first. So that's why we say that the object of the sentence is now made to play the role of the subject. Because where we had the subject monkeys, we are now having bananas, which is the object. So once again, the sentence reads, the passive voice example reads, bananas are loved by monkeys. In the second example, the boy is beaten by the dog. If you remember, the active voice says, the boy beats the dog. Now the passive voice says, the dog is beaten by the boy. Again, we have the object, verb, subject instead of the subject, verb, object. The same thing obtains in the third example, which reads, the mouse is chased by the cat. The mouse is chased by the cat. This is a passive voice. The active voice read, the cat chased the mouse. Again, we have object, verb, subject instead of subject, verb, object. So in this class, we have looked at some of the aspects of sentences. There are some other aspects such as concord, tense, choosing the right words. All these have been treated in earlier classes. So I will enjoin you to go back, look at the videos of those classes and study hard, because these aspects are meant to help you master how to construct sentences effectively and finally help you to communicate meaning in both speech and writing. We've come to the end of the class. In conclusion, we've been able to look at sentences, what sentences are, the different types of sentences, how they are classified according to their structure or according to their function. We've also been able to look at the active and the passive voice. So I want to thank you for listening. God bless you and have a good day.